It's Bama, Tabby, Tickler, Aaliyah, and JR, the rapper. It's Bama, Tabby, it's Bama, Tabby, Tickler, Aaliyah, and JR, the rapper. Mic on the table, no polish. Truth in the room, we call it. Different lanes, one circle. Same old scars, we talking. From rent days to the break room. From new dreams to the pain too. We laugh hard and we break down, still we show up. That's the name now. Say what you mean what you say. Keep it bare, don't fade away. If it's real, let it sting. If it's joy, let it sing. Mosaic Union Podcast. Say it plain, say it loud. Mosaic Union Podcast. Real talk, we hold the crowd. Every voice got a reason. Every bruise got a sound. Mosaic Union Podcast. Come as you are. Right now, one week is love, next week is lost. Next week we're asking what it all costs. Black tea, cold notes, late night calls, big laughs. Then the quiet falls. We tap into faith and flaws, broken homes and second chances.
What up? What up? What's up, people? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's
Hey,
good?
y'all.
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to season 2, episode 6. How y'all
It's
doing?
good. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm doing all right, gorgeous. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing very good.
I'm loving this red. It's
Thank
very
you.
sultry, my love.
Yes. I figured with today's title, I'd be matching the vibe.
Mm,
Yes.
I understand. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
I'm
Looking
feeling
good, fellas.
good. Feeling good. For
What's
Okay.
going
me,
on? What's
hey,
going on, Amy?
for
Hey,
me, it's
hey,
been
hey.
a crazy 3 to 4 days, but hey, I'm here. I'm ready. I always gotta pull through.
Okay. That's the
Exactly.
motive. That's the motion.
Straight up. Okay, so y'all know the BET Awards was, just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So, what do y'all think about Drewski and the outfits?
Drewski is a clown. Okay, that man is an absolute fool. I don't know how anybody got through it without cracking up. I couldn't do it. He had to get away from me.
Oh my goodness, Bama, what was your highlights of the BET Awards?
I think the best part was the tribute to Lauryn Hill. Um,
Absolutely.
Yes.
What's her
Okay.
name? Doechii.
Yeah,
She
Dochi.
killed
Ochi.
that.
Yes, she
She
is
killed
bad.
that with
Her and
Lizzo,
Rhapsody.
and Lizzo actually killed it too. I was like,
Yup.
okay,
Yep. They
Let's
did a
on
good
Rap
job.
City on that. On yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
proud of
they ate that
them.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
Mm.
she definitely deserves it. Lauren Hill is an icon. Her, if you
Yeah,
haven't checked out her catalog, you need to do it ASAP. I mean, there isn't a song I believe that you cannot find that you can relate to as far as when it comes to Lauren Hill.
yeah,
From the
that's
Fugees to her solo career, that girl was bad, bad.
yeah. She's definitely the goat for me in female hip hop.
Yes, the ultimate MC.
And she's hip hop. Like she's not
Yes,
rap. There's
Mm.
two different things. Like I don't know. We can get into that another day, I guess. But I
nah,
feel
no,
like
we can
there's
talk
two
about it now.
different
Lauren
things.
deserves all her flowers. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think
I
so
feel
too.
like
Yeah.
rappers. Yeah, yeah. What you say, Jr? Because you are the rapper, so I want to hear your
Exactly.
perspective on
We
what I
need to
just
know
said.
your input.
You know, she's one of those rare cases to me where somebody can have a small amount of work. And same thing is I feel about Kendrick. They have smaller amounts of work, but the quality is
Mhm.
so high. And it's
Yeah,
art that it lasts, and that's what's the difference
generations,
between
right?
her and other artists that just put out a whole bunch of music. she's intentional about what she puts out and make sure that it's a classic.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
her
Absolutely.
music is definitely impactful. It's just not like mumble raps and stuff like that.
Thank
I mean, I'm not a mumble rapper person. I need to hear lyrics. I need to feel my soul, feed my soul.
Yes.
Yes, I need to feel what you going through in some shape or form. Like, yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting how they, how music has changed, especially, like, different conversations about what's on the radios and what people
Hmm.
actually talking about in the music is strange nowadays a little bit.
It is. That's the truth.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How do you feel about music nowadays, JR, now that you're in the music scene and things like that?
For me, it's frustrating at times because of what gets pushed, and it's
Hmm.
artists that I know that are so dope that they deserve that light. And I'm not even talking about me. I'm talking about artists that I
Hmm.
know are even better than me with they craft that don't get
Okay.
the recognition because it's all about catchiness and poppy type stuff, and it's not hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's frustrating at times, but those those rare cases where hip hop gets celebrated, like a Kendrick Lamar, like a Pusha
Yeah.
T, or um, like a La Russell, like a newer
J.
artist, La
Cole.
Russell, J Cole.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
when you see those
Yeah.
cases and they get celebrated, that's is very motivating, and encouraging to the hip hop culture. People that really rock for it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
yeah. J. Cole, man, he's probably like, I guess you would call him new school
Mm.
artist. I think he's one of my favorite new school artists. I still haven't got over the fact that he was the one that went 25 years with no feature on that
No
album,
features.
and didn't get no types of accolades for it. Like, I don't understand it. Like, but people can make this. You get a bag of fumbling, I get a bag of flipping the tumbling. All that, like, no. Like,
Straight up.
it just don't make sense to me. Like, I don't know.
I think
But
I
No.
think
I will say
one thing.
now,
One thing that changed it was the club and strip club culture, especially coming from Atlanta. The music is more toned
Ah.
down, more about the vibe and the sounds and the energy, and when you're talking about like strip club culture, you're talking about money and balling and that type of energy. It ain't too You can't get too complex when you're talking about that. So I think that's kind of what
Ah.
changed
yeah,
hip
Well,
hop
I
a
mean,
lot.
it's kind
It,
of straightforward. I mean,
yeah.
so.
as far as the BET Awards, now I was shocked that they did not have Young Miami perform that song though. Like, it's a hit right now, so why didn't she perform it? I was confused by that because like when she presented the award,
Yeah.
they came when she came out, everybody was already singing it. The whole crowd was singing it. So like I think that was a missed opportunity for her. And I think this is probably like her biggest this is probably her first solo hit, right? Like so I feel
Mhm.
like they should have supported her more and let her perform that.
Well, I don't know how that works as far as when they decided who was gonna, do as much as they could have or whatever at the BAT. Like, when did they decide all of that? Like a year in advance? When did she drop that song? Like, I don't know if she really
Yeah.
had an opportunity to do it like that, but they could have made moves. I get what you're saying, since that is a hit song. But you also have to remember representation. So I don't know.
No, no, that's the key
Yeah.
thing. That's what I was about to say. Kiki just joined the board. So now that she's on there, I think that if she had been present on it now, that probably would have happened. You need somebody who has access to the younger crowd and is more aware of current trends to
Yeah.
even be aware of something like that. Now, mind you, this is one of the best BET award shows in a long time.
Absolutely.
So I commend them for doing such a great job. But yeah, that was, I agree with Bama, a missed opportunity because that song is such a hit right now. They could have just let her do that one song if that was the case, if they were pressed for time. But I don't know. What do I
I
know?
was gonna say
Yeah,
a few seconds, like 6 seconds somewhere.
Right.
Cause I
yeah, because
mean, you know,
they just had random people performing. I'd never heard of these people, and then they would cut it off like while they're performing, going into commercial. I'm like, what? They ain't even get to perform that whole song, like,
Now
but
remember,
they
this is
televised it.
BET Awards. We do have our limitations. I'm just saying
and
this
the
happens
sound
every year.
issues. I
Let's
mean,
be real.
yeah, and we know what the
Oh
technical difficulties and things look like, but I would
Mhm.
love to hear the icon, you know?
Yes.
yeah, but I do know they were talking about certain current events, so I feel like
Mhm.
they could have put her in there, like to perform. Because if they
Mhm.
had enough time to edit, because I was it live, it had to be live. So
Yes.
like
Yep,
if
it's
they
on
had
TikTok.
time
Yeah.
to, they had time to actually do the Take Heat segment and everybody that passed away, they added his
Mhm.
name on there and stuff. I feel like her song has been out long enough that they could have had her perform that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I don't know
it's
what to tell.
true.
But
Yeah.
that sound issue is a big thing because I feel like they did Lauren Hill wrong. But I did find out that she was not even supposed to perform that. Like
Mm-mm.
she was all like, they was all like, well, nobody performed this song, so I'm performing myself. And every time she performs that song, it's super different. Like it's never the same. I almost wonder if like I've been reading online and they were stating that she might have some type of legal issues about that song where she can't perform it like the live version. I mean, the studio version of it. So
Mm.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But
I
like I
wonder.
know she was frustrated. I can tell she was frustrated because like the band
Mhm.
was off and everything. And I feel
Yeah.
like, you know how she say, this is crazy. She kept
Mhm.
saying that and looking back at the band like, get this shit together, motherfucker. Like, this is crazy. And then the hype man was over hyping and her mic was too low. I'm like, man, yeah, y'all
Oh
did her
man, that's
Mm,
crazy. No pun intended.
okay. I heard that. Oh, goodness.
My bad, JR. What was you about to say?
I was gonna say, she is one of those type of artists where she doesn't like the monotony of performing songs. I
Hmm.
noticed that about her over the years. Like even back in the day, you remember when she did that famous MTV performance where she cried on
Yes,
stage?
unplugged.
Yeah, even then, she
Yeah.
had a guitar and she was singing the songs differently because she's a true artist, like in this every sense of the word. Like she
Right.
believes in the integrity of really truly making the art yourself, not record
Hmm.
execs putting a song together for you and telling you should do it like this. No, she's a very independent, straightforward artist, classic artist.
No, I agree. I was about to say she was probably taking creative licensing because that's something else I saw in another clip that, like Bama said, a lot of people have been saying she doesn't perform the song as originally intended, but what if that's just what she wants to do?
Yeah.
Lauren has never ever fit in a box. She always takes her own path. That's another thing I really enjoy about her. Every live show is different. You don't know what to expect. I'm glad she has lately been more on time than late or not showing. So
Yeah.
if the song isn't original, I'm just gonna take it because she's there. Shoot, I can't complain
Yeah.
too much.
Thanks. Okay, well, how do y'all feel about Love Island? Have
Man.
y'all been watching it?
It's an insane show, man. And the whole premise of it, the whole, energy surrounding it, it's insane. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not something that you're gonna see in regular life. The way that they interact
Right.
with each other, the way that they like super handsy, it's weird, man.
Yeah, it's definitely not the real world. Like this new generation is just off the wall insane. I it's almost cringeworthy for me to watch, but I can't look away. It's like a slow train wreck, and you just can't turn away from it. I got to see what's gonna happen next. So my younger cousin and his girlfriend actually first got me watching it like 3 or 4 seasons ago because it was so messy at the time. And I'm just like, well, I'm not into that anymore. I don't watch reality TV. Next thing you know, I'm tuning in every single night trying to find what the heck is going on with these kids because literally they are bonkers. But that's how I got introduced to Alondria. She and that whole drama
Rapping that
behind her
Bama.
just being this beautiful woman, I had to be in there because I was talking shit to the TV the entire time. Y'all better get off of my girl. So I'm into it.
He on
I'm
fire,
guilty.
man.
I'm into it. It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I like all the reality shows. At first, I was a little biased, but I
Uh,
like I think they're interesting. The love at first sight and all of that. I think especially
is it?
the other one
Is
where they get married at the altar after they haven't seen each other. Like it's very interesting. But at first I was the same way. Like I'm
mhm.
not interested. But then it's very interesting watching them. Go
Yeah.
on these weird. I don't know. Is it like modern matchmaking or like arranged dating? I don't know what. It's weird, but it's interesting. So yeah. I haven't been tuned in as much because there's just been a lot going on. I really don't have
Mhm.
time to watch it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess you said she's from Bama.
Who?
Allenger, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't
yeah,
know she was from Alabama. See, I didn't know this whole time. I'm just tuned in. That's it.
yeah. I haven't watched that show since the first season.
Uh-huh.
But when she popped on the season last year,
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, Bama, you better rep, do your big one." But yeah, and she became the biggest star from there. So like, hey,
She sure
she did
did.
her
That
big
girl
one.
blew up as she deserves
Yeah,
to.
I love to
She
see it
did.
too. Yeah.
yeah. But like, it's crazy these love shows or whatever because like you want to know if they're being authentic and
Hmm.
if it's something real.
Mm-hmm.
I will say my favorite show, Big Brother, has the most success rate of love and marriages out of all those reality shows,
Really?
like love
That's
shows. Yeah.
crazy.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Off of that
Yep.
toxic show?
Yeah.
I
Not
don't want to talk to
toxic.
nobody
What
afterwards. Don't you call me?
you
Don't
gotta
talk to
But
me.
you gotta
Don't talk to
realize
me,
you're
criminal.
stuck in the house with these people like
Right.
24/7. So you've been with that person 24/7. The feeling's
Mm.
gonna intensify quicker because you can't get away from that person. You always there. Like there's a couple baggy thing. I put their name together. Bailey and Swaggy. They
Yes.
met. Swaggy was only in the house for 2 weeks. He fell in love with her. They did the thing on the show. She got pregnant on the show
That's
and
crazy.
she only knew him for 2 weeks.
God,
She last
oh,
the whole.
girl.
That's crazy.
She went to the jury house. She got evicted. He went home, but she went to
Uh,
the jury house. Made it to the end of the show, and on finale night, he proposed to her after
uh,
only knowing her 2 weeks. And now they've been together for almost 7 years with 2 kids and the richest couple from Big Brother.
I
Like, and
can't
they're a black
get mad
couple.
at it.
Like,
I can't get
they
mad at it.
live in
Sometimes
they
it's
live
just
in
best to
Dubai and
leave.
all that.
Man, so I got
I
a
mean,
question.
I can't be mad at it. Go ahead.
I got a question for y'all based on that. Does love have a time? Or can love spark instantly between the person? It's a real connection, not something that they both have in their mind, like,
Man.
oh, I like how this person look. I kind of like their vibe, so I'm just gonna go for it. Or do y'all believe that it's a certain snap that can snap for both people and they feel in love with that person immediately?
Yes, absolutely. I
No.
am a hopeless romantic. I believe in love at first sight just because it's happened to me before, even though it did not last. or come into fruition how I would like. Granted, I was really, really young at the time, so people are going to judge me based off of that anyway. But again, I've been in love with this man since then, and my feelings have not changed. It was literally, I saw him, the sun, came out, the clouds parted, rainbows and butterflies and shit everywhere, and I turned into a puddle. And I've been that
Keyword
way ever
shit.
since. If this man were to walk into my life right now and propose to me, do you know I would go flying up into the sky? Yes, I'm done. All you niggas cut off. Oh, excuse me. All of you men are cut off. I'm done. I'm just being real.
She said
So
plural, meaning more than one.
Done.
so how did you know you was in love though? Like you just had that feeling, or was it just like lust or the physical
No.
attraction? Like was y'all in a relationship? Or I got so many questions.
Yeah, no, it was a relationship. Um,
It wasn't.
it was.
Oh,
It
it
was a
was. Okay.
relationship, but like I
But
said, we were young at the time. So, and when he moved, didn't want to be in a long distance relationship, which I totally understand. But when literally the first minute I saw him, when I walked into the classroom, I'm like, oh my God, you know, I couldn't think straight. I couldn't talk straight. I literally just went completely blank. Like, the type of people that, are looking one direction and run into a wall. That was me for like 6 weeks straight. I cannot handle myself. I'm just being honest.
I would say
I
that's
dreamt
more on the
about him.
lust side.
You
Yeah,
say what?
that's what I was about to say.
What happened?
Like
Yeah.
it's more on the lust side. Like what
Okay.
No, it's
what
not
what
lust
was that
because I
moment?
did not have sex with this man at all,
No, I'm saying
ever.
just
But you
like
can
the
still
lust for
lust for
thought.
somebody. Yeah,
But
you can still
that's
have
what I'm
lust for
saying. It
somebody and
wasn't
not have
lust.
sex with
Lust
them.
to me is sexual and desire. This was deeper than desire. I wanted to get to know him beyond the physical, mentally, spiritually, who this man was to his core.
The
And I
depths of
believe
this
that's why I
man.
still have feelings for him to this day, because it was on a completely different level than just the physical. Granted,
So do
I
you
wouldn't
still
have
talk to him
mind.
today?
Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have minded if it went there, but it just never did.
Do
But that's
you
that's
do you still talk to him?
No, no, I haven't talked to him in 15 years. Yeah, but I'm still in
Do
love
you like follow? Do you follow him on social media or something? Like what's keeping that love flamed?
because never in my life have I been treated the way that he treated me, like a real woman. I did not have to want or need for anything. I never had to question whether he cared about me or not because he voiced it and he made it clear. He made sure that his affections for me were known, and he made sure that my feelings were valid during the whole entire relationship. Like I said, the only thing that broke it off is that he was honest with me. He could not sustain a long distance relationship. And I was like, I completely understand that. But he did that because he said he respected me. I have never been in a relationship since where I felt equally yoked. And that was important to me. So that's one of the reasons I'm still single to this day, because I cannot settle for somebody who does not give me that balance. I'm not going to teeter totter with you all day. I'm going to meet you in the middle, and we are going to go straight forward with the plan. We can't be, combating each other, butting heads all the time. I do want somebody who has opposite opinions of me, and we can talk about it. But yeah, no, I'm not looking for combative. I'm looking for equality. That's it.
okay. I feel that.
One last question. So
Mhm.
Go ahead.
neither one of y'all was willing to move closer to the other one?
I was terrified of moving. He did not want to be in Texas anymore, which I don't blame him. He had to get away from here. And like I said, I couldn't stop him from doing that. I was too afraid to move from Texas because I had never been outside of Texas. I had never been away from my family, and literally fear stopped me. And that is something that eats away to me to this day, is that I could have missed out on my blessing because I was too afraid to make the jump. And sometimes that's what you just got to do. You got to take the risk. Even if it didn't work out, if I moved into a different state, there may have been a whole level of opportunity that I could have missed just because I didn't leap out on faith. So,
Yeah.
True.
And I just want to add, okay, and this is
mhm,
this is kind of this is a really good conversation because I think they can get misconstrued. But you
mhm,
would say off the rip when y'all first seen each other, you felt
mhm.
love, like, because when I say lust, I mean like just like the lustful thought of like,
Yeah,
okay, this person's attractive.
Excuse me.
Even thinking like this
Infatuation.
person, infatuation, like attraction, that's all a part of lust
no,
until you get to know a person. To
that's
me,
right, right. No, and I hear you because I've been in lust. Currently, I'm in lust with a young man at work that could get crack me any day. Let's just be honest. That is full on lust. I'm just gonna be real, but this the this
I
man in
wasn't
my
ready.
past, it was straight up love. This is love. I'm not confused about that at all. Like, literally, I am missing a piece of myself because he's not in my life.
Ooh.
It's a lot different than what I got going on at work right now.
And if Buddy see this podcast somehow, he
No,
gonna be
I hope
ready.
he doesn't. My God, my God. Well, he
Look,
doesn't know because I haven't told him yet. I hadn't told him yet. So yeah, we're gonna keep it like that.
Men be stalking
look,
harder than the women do. Let's not pretend.
He don't know
Sorry,
look,
me.
not
I
sorry.
already know. He ain't. I no.
look. Last week, didn't you say you did not write that Reddit post? You
That
miss
read it.
sex.
Which one? I did.
I miss sex.
I did. I said that I miss sex at the beginning. I said that. I'm just not willing to settle for just anybody for sex. Can't nobody
Wait,
just
I
give
thought
me
that was
good
the
good.
topic.
You say what?
Yeah, that
I
leads
thought that
into the
was.
topic.
I thought that was the
Yes.
topic for the Reddit. Like I miss sex. That was
Yeah,
you
it
were
is. That
saying
is
that for
the
your.
topic. I
Oh, I
said
thought
that.
you was
I
just saying you
led
were
with
saying that
that.
for
I said
yourself.
that I miss sex specifically. I said that I miss it. I did not say I
But
didn't
that
miss
was but that was also the topic for the
it.
Reddit
Yeah.
question. Also,
Yeah.
so you both miss sex.
Yes. I'm not negating that. I'm just saying I didn't
Okay.
write it, God damn it. Now see, you taking
Oh,
it too
okay.
far. You
No,
giving me
I was just
the
trying.
props that I didn't do. I'm
I
on
was
my
just trying
shit,
to
damn it.
understand. I was just trying to understand if that was
Mhm.
the topic or were
You-
you just saying you miss
hey
No,
sex?
that was the topic.
Tab, we gotta reel them in because they get to going.
I was waiting. Like, well, how long does this banter? They be fighting like brothers and sisters,
I
boy.
tell
He
you, I
reminds me of
tell
my
you.
Okay.
little brother. I can't stand it.
Since y'all are so confused about topics and all
uh,
of this, and we got Reddit later on, Bama, I'm gonna need you to pump your brakes, sir. Okay? But before we get into today's topic, let's have a drink. Bama, you got a new one for us today? Or anybody else got a new toast?
yes, my toast is that I didn't write that shit.
You didn't write it?
If a river was a duck, I would drink my way down and swim myself up. But a river ain't a duck and ain't no river. So I'm gonna take this shot and get fucked up. Well, it's not a
Hey,
shot, but a drink.
I heard
Hey.
that before, but shucky ducky quack quack.
I messed it up too, so don't quote me on y'all if y'all watching. I know y'all watching. Don't quote me.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Appreciate it.
So does God.
Yeah, because he turned the water to wine.
Okay?
Oh,
Okay. Well, tonight we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about things that people really don't like to talk about. But I feel like it needs to be known that on Mosaic Union podcast, we like to explore different topics with curiosity and with accountability, but
yeah.
also with respect. So, with that being said, Sex and infidelity.
Yes, let's
I
get
want to
into
talk
it.
about it.
Let's
Yeah.
get into it. Mm-hmm.
So, Aaliyah, what you got?
Sex and infidelity. My thing is, how do the two intertwine? What layers of consequences, desires, or say, what am I looking for? Emotional intimacy is between sexual um infidelity. So I like to lead with cheating, for example. People have different levels or different definitions, I should say, for cheating and what it means to them. Some people say that texting is cheating. Some people say flirting is cheating. Some people say, of course, that cheating is cheating. You know, you go out and sleep with somebody.
The
so,
physical, yeah.
so for me, I'll just go ahead and say that, damn, yeah, all of it's cheating to me. Depends on how you're talking to that person. Listen. If you're texting somebody saying that I want to crack you, I want to bend you over, I want to do all these other things to you, yes, that's cheating to me because you are initiating or trying to initiate something outside of the relationship. As far as flirting at work, I don't know because I'm a little bit more liberal than that because a beautiful woman is a beautiful woman, but it depends on the level of flirting that you're doing because if you're sitting over there talking about her in a sexual way versus just saying you're a beautiful woman, that's when things start getting a little hazy, a little hairy for me. You know, I don't want you to take it too far. You can compliment this woman, sure, but don't say that basically I want you and this is the reason that I'm flirting with you. And as far as cheating is concerned, that's just the line for me. If you choose to step out and actually have a physical encounter with this person, spend time with this person, spend money on this person, yes, that is cheating to me. And I have no business being with you. For me, I am a one time gal. All you got to do it to me is one time because I figure if you can do it to me one time, that means that you can do it multiple times. And I'm just not going to be there to be abused. I did that before for like 4 years. I was an idiot, wasting my life. Next.
So
Okay.
I know you said the
Mhm.
physical cheating is a one-time thing for you, but
Oh,
what about
absolutely.
the emotional? What about the emotional cheating?
Emotional cheating as well because I cannot fulfill something within you. So I feel like if you feel the necessary need to emotionally cheat, that's because I cannot give you something that you absolutely need. Therefore, you need to be with somebody who can. What is the point of sticking with me if it's just going to be this drawn out thing where you're constantly, it may start out as emotionally cheating, but it could easily go to physically cheating because we're just sitting over here prolonging the inevitable. So yeah, no, that's why I say I'm a one time gal. You can cross that line with me, and then that's it. Because I don't want to waste your time, and you shouldn't want to waste mine. Now, if you're a guy that says, "Okay, I want to work this out," and we go to therapy together, I might give you a chance because I never had a guy tell me that before. To me, that would mean some type of reconciliation, but at the same time, trust is gone, and that's another thing that cuts me off. If the trust is gone, how can I stay with you if I can't look
Have
at you the same? Go ahead.
That leads me to a question for you, Aaliyah. So, would you
Uh-huh.
say that emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me because I am an emotional being, right? And to me, a lot of things are very mental because that's the type of person that I am. And yeah, physical cheating means that you chose to give your body to somebody else. But that's also where things get hairy for me because, and this is going to be my question to y'all in a minute, is do you think men see cheating differently versus women? Or there was this conversation I saw with Cam Newton and another man, I can't think of his name right now, where they were arguing about what it means to cheat as far as a man is concerned and what it means to cheat as far as a woman concerned. For him, a man cheating is much more or much less about revenge or your get back versus a woman when she cheats. It's not just physical, it's also emotional as well because she's trying to get back. Oh, it was Spice. That's right, that's who it was with. And yeah, he just feels like cheating as far as a woman when she does it, it's just about revenge to hurt the man versus a man cannot control himself because the he doesn't have any restraint, which doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because
no,
my question is like, what happened in the
What?
relationship that led to the cheating?
right.
And so it's
Yeah.
like that makes no sense. Why are you okay? So if you're saying the men just take emotions out of it, that's why they can sleep with anybody, but I can pay the
Hmm.
bills over here. Okay, then just say that. But
Right.
don't say don't. That's still cheating if you're married to someone because
Yes.
what is the purpose of being married if you're gonna cheat? And I don't know if that's why they're not. I don't know what's going on with their situation, right?
Hmm.
But I feel like that's I guess that's a whole nother, I can wait on that segment, but it's strange to me to label the reasoning or the purpose behind cheating. if
Hmm.
you if you don't want to be exclusive with one person, say that, but
Right.
what is the purpose behind withholding or making someone feel like they're everything to you when you know they're not?
Right. Right. That's always been my motto. If you do not have any self control, then just stay single. Period. You do not have the ability to say that I can restrain myself to one person. Just stay single. Why even
Yeah.
Um,
try to lock somebody down like that? Go ahead.
I just want to say I want to answer that question, Tab. Do I think
Thank
emotional
you.
cheating is worse than physical cheating?
Hmm.
I personally think emotional cheating is worse because you can't have sex
Hmm.
without emotions.
Oh,
Um,
can you?
I feel like some people can discredit all the. I mean, what's the word? Damn, this whatever.
Disassociate.
Y'all know what I'm trying to
Dissociate?
say. Yes, disassociate. Yeah,
Hmm.
damn. Let me take another sip. But yeah, I feel like people can disassociate sex and emotions. But if you're emotionally cheating, that means feelings have gotten involved for you.
Intensified
And I feel like,
feelings.
yeah, I feel like that's a way deeper thing than just physical attraction and going out and just having sex. Because some people can just get drunk and have sex, like with some random person. But the emotional things, that means you done caught feelings. You've been you already had that emotional stimulation where you are attracted to this person, but you just haven't had that physical touch yet.
Mm.
That's my thought process.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I
Well,
agree
that's
with
JR,
that
what you
on
right.
think?
some. Yeah, I agree with that on some levels, and also
Hmm.
I would say that men and women, we are wired different in some
Hmm.
ways. I can see how a man can cheat and not be an emotional thing or a reckless thing towards the woman, But on the other side of it, it's rare that women cheat if it's not an emotional thing, like physically. But as far as like emotional
Hmm.
cheating, I think women do that a little more because, especially a lot of times in a relationship, um, y'all can kind of start going y'all separate ways. Um, Especially like if y'all both working a lot,
Hmm.
that kind of matter. I think that most women seek that attention if the man is not giving it. And once they start
Hmm.
seeking out that attention,
Hmm.
they'll form a bond with that other guy that they've been trying to get attention for him, and that forms into something physical. And then once it hits something physical, then that's when it's kind of a wrap for that original relationship,
Yeah.
because she built that bond and that emotional relationship, and then it hit physical. It's like it's like the other guy don't exist in her mind no more, because she's only focused on that new bond.
Hmm.
But for a man, we could do the same thing, and it can just literally be us just trying to have sex with that woman, but
Hmm.
it's not an emotional thing, and you can it's like two chambers. Like, man, we think in like chambers, if that makes sense. Like, this is my girl, this is my side thing, this is my porn section, this is my you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different compartments, different chambers for your
Yeah.
Lord
mind of how
Jesus.
you see it. Like, nobody can take that place of that woman that you love and the woman that you fighting for. But it's other chambers in your mind. Even if you're not physically going out there and having sex with other girls, you still gonna have that chamber in your mind as a man. Like, man, that girl I seen at the store was fine than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like
Hmm.
that in our minds that we can compartmentalize that.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
and I love those responses because all of that's real. That's absolutely real. That's why we're called the Mosaic Union. Okay. But
Straight up.
I just I do have to agree with the differences as far as men viewing sex differently than women. It can just be more physical to them, and yes, for women it is a lot more emotional. Um, Not just
So you,
statistically, just in personal experience, it is more emotional. What happened?
so y'all don't think that women can just be out there thought and trotting
Yeah, no,
and
there's
not
plenty
Yeah.
of
have
women that
any
do it. Absolutely, I hear
with
it and
no
see it on
emotions to
social
it?
media all the time.
I know that they are. They exist. We understand that, but
Absolutely,
we are all not the same, right?
right.
So, I
But neither
operate
are the
totally
guys,
differently.
though.
What?
True, true.
I said, but neither are the guys are all the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I understand
I
that.
feel like anybody can just go out there and thought and try it if they wanted to.
Oh
Absolutely,
yeah,
it's
all
very
ages,
possible.
all races, all sexes. They out there
Yep.
doing it. And they
Hmm.
out there doing it with all other types of things that they shouldn't be doing it with. We are aware of what's going on in the world.
Right.
What I'm saying is the
Ouch.
purpose behind the infidelity
Hmm.
and mainly this leads to my question. Cheating
Yeah.
is a choice. Relationships often break down long before somebody cheats.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So what is going on? What is the purpose behind the cheating? And then if you're with somebody
Hmm.
and something is not right, why aren't you being transparent and speaking up about it? Why do you have to go out, whether it's emotionally cheating inadvertently, whether it's physical cheating on purpose?
Hmm. Well,
So I feel like that's always where it's gonna start. Emotional cheating. You can always look at
absolutely.
somebody and respect them for what they look like. Thank God for making a man that looks like that. Thank
Abs-
God for viewing healthy women. It
okay.
doesn't matter. You don't have to irate or fuck that person, right? You don't have
Hmm.
to touch that person to do something disrespectful to your partner. So all I'm saying is there's going to be intensified feelings that she mentioned earlier, right?
Right.
So what are you going to do with those intensified feelings? Are you going to be self-aware about how you're feeling
Mm.
because your coworker made you feel some type of way and your husband didn't? What
Okay.
are you going to do about it? So it's
Right.
conscious awareness and then it's a deliberate choice.
Hmm.
And either you care about the consequences or you don't. And
I
then is there any consequences? Because most men, I feel like they
well,
don't they don't have consequences. And they will shame a woman for doing the same things that they get away with doing. And
well.
so that's what I don't agree with. So my thing is obviously if you're gonna be in a marriage or a relationship, what are your values? What are you standing on and what is the purpose? And then what if you are gonna cheat or if you did cheat, why what
Hmm.
is the reasoning behind that? And then are you deliberately doing it to hurt somebody? Because in all honesty, the way I feel about it, you
Hmm.
physically doing something with somebody else shouldn't affect another person, regardless of how much they love you or care for you because you can't control nor possess that person or anything about that person.
Hmm.
the relationship, it's all an illusion if you think about it.
Right.
Because when you're dead and gone, you take nothing with you. No one,
Okay.
no materials, no, it's all an experience, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is the purpose behind the experience? I got a million questions, but let's
That's
circle
right.
back.
No,
Let's
that's
circle
fine.
back. Like,
That's
do
fine.
y'all agree something happens? It doesn't just take one thing to
Absolutely
convince
not.
someone to cheat or to not cheat.
Absolutely not. Highlighting one of the questions you asked. I had a perfect example of my 4-year distraction, is what I call him. Where he told me the reason that he hid his cheating from me is because he didn't want to hurt me, which made no sense. I'm like, well, why would you go out and cheat if you knew that was going to hurt me either way? So you rather just lie about it, me find out through another young woman calling me, versus you just telling me straight up that you wanted to cheat. So I asked him, you know, what was the end result, and he's like, well, I just didn't want to lose you. I'm like, well, you cheated, so I don't get it. I don't get the logic. I Sex is a weird thing. I don't know if he was addicted to sex and that's why he just couldn't get away from it. I don't know if he's just addicted to cheating, because there are some people that seek that thrill. They need it in their lives because they just it's a reward system for them. Honestly, psychologically it is, which is pretty sick, but
I think that's what I was trying to say earlier.
hmm,
It's something that that person is doing for themselves to pleasure or please themselves
yes,
or fill a
absolutely.
void for
Hmm.
themselves. So why internalize what this person is choosing to do with their body and allow it to affect you, or, make you self-analyze? Am I not good enough, or did I do something wrong? That's something
Hmm.
totally different. That has nothing to do with you. That
Yes.
person made that decision based off of their current feelings, not based
Hmm.
off of yours. And
Okay.
so I feel like people miss that. And so that leads to my next question. But Bama, what's your take on that?
Well, what was the original question again? we
I said,
we
do
went too
you
deep in.
okay, so do you agree that cheating is a choice and that relationships often break down long before someone cheats?
Hmm.
Um, I do agree that cheating is a choice. Um, but I feel like it can break down. I mean, they can just cheat at any moment, like the relationships. I don't think it has to be something going on in the relationship beforehand for them to cheat. I mean,
Exactly.
I can speak from my
Hmm.
own case. Like, I don't know. I felt like I had a perfect relationship.
Hmm.
So I don't know on her end. I never asked her why. I just packed my shit up and left when she said cheated or whatever. Like,
Okay.
I was in a whole relationship. I was in a whole relationship, was engaged, um, had a child, thought it was my child for 2 years, and come to find out she had cheated and the child wasn't mine. And I found out because the child got sick and he had to have a blood transfusion, and my blood didn't match. The doctor
Wow.
was all like, the
Wow.
doctor was all like,
Hmm.
I know what you're thinking. It's still a possibility that he can still be yours. And I'm like,
How?
I I let that marinate for a good 2 weeks or whatever, and then I was all like, nah, I gotta know for myself or whatever.
Hmm.
And I got the test done, and he wasn't mine. So I went home and showed her the letters and the DNA test or whatever, and she just started crying, and I just threw it at her, and then just started packing my shit up, and then I left. I didn't
Mm.
ask any questions, and it sucks though because like I was doing everything for this kid. I had set this kid a bank account up when he was 2 months in the womb, like
Wow.
so.
Wow.
I set up a bank account, trying to be prepared, trying to be the father that I never had,
Hmm.
um, and for the longest, I was driving by the house just to look and see if he's okay. Because, like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's not mine, but like I raised him for 2 damn years. Like, so I
Right.
had that connection. And then eventually my mom got sick and I had to move back to Alabama. And that's when I like cut all ties. Like, and haven't went to see him or saw her or anything. And it sucks though, because like he looked at me as a father and I feel like I've abandoned him.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part about it, because yeah, it's a lot. But so yeah, I thought the relationship was good.
Right.
I never knew, I had no signs of anything. And I
Right.
know a lot of people ignore the signs, but I thought we was good.
People can
Yeah,
be blindsided. Absolutely. Go ahead, Jr.
yeah, I think a lot of times the signs will be there, but if you in love and you
Mm,
all in, sometimes those signs don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Because the lights be
at
so
all.
blinding from the love, you
Okay.
know. But I would say, is cheating a choice? Absolutely, it's a choice, And I think a lot of times when you get into a relationship, certain parameters need to be set. That way, y'all both know what's going on, and
Mm-hmm.
if something is crossed, then y'all know y'all talked about it, from the beginning. So I think that's one thing. Like couples have to be proactive and talk
Right.
about the guidelines of how they want to move forward, especially like if it goes from like a fling and then into a relationship real quick. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
got to be like, hey, slow down. Like I know we get into this
Hope you
relationship,
break.
but okay,
Okay.
are you cool with this or are you cool with that? You know what I mean? Like talk this shit out.
Okay.
But
Straight up.
and then the second part of that, what was the second part?
Uh, so basically, yeah, you answered if cheating was a choice, but relationships often break down long before anyone cheats. And so, like you said, the signs might be there. You might miss them when you're all in. And so, yeah, sometimes, what is your opinion on that? Like, do you agree with that statement?
I think it depends on the parties involved, because if one person was already like, okay, I'm gonna have a relationship with her, but I'm, playing my cards and, doing what I'm doing on the side, and that could be for the woman or the man. They both, either one of them could have that type of mindset going in. So it's like you can be
Mm,
blindsided. Like Bama just said,
absolutely.
he thought everything was good and he
Mm-hmm.
was blindsided. So, sometimes you have to go into the situation with good faith, and then you just gotta hope the other person is doing the same. If not,
That's what you can
I
do.
suggest like Bama did and just move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Before I go to the next question, let's check the chat. Goldie Sunflower 5858 said, cheating is definitely a choice. Whoever cheated likely already had thoughts of cheating before the cheating happened.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Um, for sure. I also agree. Yeah, it's a choice. And like I said, either you care about the consequences or you don't. Either you worried about how it's going to affect the person that you're with or you don't.
Right.
And I think as far as that goes, it's a domino effect. She also said, Bama, wow, Bama, that's heartbreaking because
Yeah.
that's part of the domino effect of the cheating and the lying and all of that.
It
Because,
affects
you
more than
know,
you.
yeah, what if he wouldn't have got sick?
Yeah,
Well,
Right.
well,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey
2 years is
man,
still a
shout out
long
to
time
our
though. That's
faithful
a lot.
chat, man. Like I really not to cut you off
Okay.
there, but I
Okay.
just want to really
No, go
Straight
acknowledge
up.
y'all
They deserve a shout
because
out.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you,
absolutely.
Jelly Beans. We see you too,
Yay.
girl. She said hi to everybody. Um, and who is CC58? Welcome in, baby. Welcome in. I appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
did
I got one question. Sorry,
okay.
Yeah.
that's on the whole topic or whatever.
No, you're
So
good.
do this is for all y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
do y'all feel like trust can be 100% restored after the cheating?
No, absolutely not. It's damaged. You may forgive that person, which I agree with you, forgive them. But it's always going to be in the back of your mind that this person cheated on me. No matter what they do, I don't care if you searching on your phone. You know, like Beyonce be checking over Jay-Z's shoulder every 5 seconds. She knows that he's in that phone talking to somebody. Okay, I'm just saying it crosses your mind. Or while they're out, how do I know my man is at work when he was around sleeping with another girl? You
Because
know,
it becomes a trust thing at that point. It's like, I
right?
can't trust you. If you couldn't trust me to talk to me to tell me, hey, this ain't working out, or,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the situation is, I would never be able to trust you again. Like
Okay.
that's how it starts. And then, yeah, I totally understand that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Jr.?
Hey, I'm gonna say something very controversial here.
Mm-hmm.
Go
I think
for it.
that it's not a such thing as 100% trust anyway. I don't believe in that. Like you can't. It's nobody in this world that I trust 100% ever because you know we
Not
know
even
what can
yourself.
happen. You know what I mean? Huh?
I mean,
I
Oh,
said,
what
not
you
even
say?
yourself.
Sometimes you can't even trust yourself. Sometimes,
I know he's gonna say
Exactly.
that.
not real talk. So it's like it's
Hey,
no
been
like
there,
you
done
can
that.
yeah. Like I feel like you can have good faith going into something and being
Uh-huh.
like, man, I think this person, is really dope, and I don't think that they would do something, but at the end of the day, they can very well do that, because in this life, I really think that you come here by yourself, you leave here by yourself, and hopefully you find people that are solid and loving and true, but you can't really expect 100%, never.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that. I hear that. I guess I'm still a little foolish. Well, no. Do I ever trust somebody 100%? No, because I'm damaged because of the man that cheated on me for 4 years. So yeah,
I
no, I
I
don't get nobody
blame
100%.
I blame
Be real.
Disney and the fairy tales. Like it's not realistic. People glamorize everything, and
They
people are not realistic and transparent about real life.
do.
That's clearly what it is. Like it's very natural to not want to be stuck with one person or have babies with 30 different women. Like we know that, right? We,
Mm-hmm.
we understand how the times started and began. So I think it's just strange when people pretend that that's, I guess they're resisting urges, and I can understand that and respect that too, right? But
Mm-hmm.
you're pretending to resist them when you undercover, and undercover in so
Well.
many ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think that was gonna be part of my next question.
Yeah.
Um, as
Sorry.
far as like no like as far as can understanding the reasons behind infidelity help us prevent it even though it doesn't excuse it. So that kind of ties into the question Leah had as far as like um can you, or Bam, I think you might have had that question, like
Mm-hmm.
would you be able to get over it or could you forgive them? And so I don't know if you can. I guess that depends on if the person is aware of what they're doing and they want to make changes about it for themselves, not to keep or hold the other person or restrict the other person from having the life that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess, is that a thing? Would you, if you understood why somebody cheated, would you forgive them? I mean, I think Aaliyah said she would go to therapy with them, but if
Yeah.
therapy fixed it, would you be able to forgive them?
I can forgive. I do forgive. The thing is I don't forget. And that's, where the trust thing that JR mentioned comes into play because I have been damaged. I have been hurt. I'm not holding on to that hurt, but, I can't not help to not forget it because of what was done to me in this particular 4-year situationship. This man made not one, but two babies on me. So I tried to forgive him, and he still continued to do what he did. And, I chalk it up to me not having enough self-conscious, not self-confidence, self-confidence to step away from a situation like that. And because I was still naive and way too forgiving back then, because me now and the way I respect myself and know my worth, I would never put up with such nonsense. But he obviously had a problem, which I acknowledge. It was more than sex addiction. He did not have self confidence in himself. He had a lot of insecurities because he was always saying I was going to go off and find somebody better. But rather than just cut me off and let me do that, he kept me holding on, especially with love
Mhm.
bombing me and reassuring me that he wasn't going to do it again, and me trying to give him chances to do better, and he just can't get right. So I finally had to leave and accept it. It is what it is.
So I think y'all be surprised how like the amount of men that are I want my cake and eat it too archetypes. That's a
Oh
lot
no,
of
I'm not
men.
surprised at all.
Yeah, even, like I said, even if they not acting on it, trust me,
Thank you.
it's in their web search
Exactly. They're
history,
denying it.
whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but
just go on and be out there in the wild and be ratchet.
Yes.
Don't pretend, just that's where I'm at. Like, yeah. It's strange. But let me check the chat because we want to hear what they got to say too. Sunflower said, trust can be restored. I would be mad as hell, but people absolutely do have the ability to change and never cheat again.
Yeah.
That is facts. Cavell's in the chat. She said, I have y'all on the TV. Thank you for being here, Boo. She said, but cheating is always going to be a problem as long as people feel like they should be able to have it all.
Well,
Well, just like
well,
what you say, Jay to the aura. Everybody wants to have their cake and eat it too, and then want some ice cream on the side.
okay.
Um,
yeah,
Sunflower
that's why
said,
I say
I'll
it
forgive
does come
cheating.
to control at some point because you can't
Uh-huh.
live. To me, I just don't feel like you can live your life like that in a way that's mentally well, because at some point
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna
Oh,
start
yeah.
hitting a wall. And I think, as you become older, because I went
Mm.
through that. Honestly, I went through that at a certain point. Um, before I matured into a man, like I had some heartbreak. I had some situations
Mm.
that turned me into an animal, and I had to mature
Ooh.
as a man, and figure out, like, look, this is just not the way to live. Let me balance myself out. Let me settle down, and I can still share my desires with my woman, and we can do things together that fulfill those fantasies, those desires. But
Right.
me trying to do this, that, and the third is just not healthy for my mental health. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
think it's a level of maturity that you have to reach.
Hmm.
I
Facts.
agree.
Did everybody get their point
Now,
across on that?
yeah, I definitely got my point across on that. Sorry, my mind just went blank. I was thinking about something while Jr. was talking, and then it went. I Yeah, I don't know. I'll bring it back up if I remember it.
Okay.
Okay. Um. Okay. So, did anybody else have any other questions about
Oh,
that topic?
I just remembered. I just remembered.
Go
So,
ahead.
why do y'all feel like I from a man's standpoint, I feel like when a man cheats on a woman is quick to forgive them. But for us, it hurts us to our core. Like it hurts us to our core. And it's a
But it
different
ain't
level.
emotional though. But it ain't emotional though. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
it's so
Why are
weird.
you
Man,
disassociating the two?
nah,
Right.
man. When it's that girl that you love and she step out,
Uh
you gonna feel like you wanna die as a man.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
that's
cry
when
me
we
a
really
river, God
show.
damn it.
That's why wars is. That's why whole civilizations have been torn down, because somebody did mess with my main woman, and now I gotta go to your city and
Not
burn
the
it down.
main one.
Real
That's
Yeah,
talk.
that
so this is not even fair. It's not fair.
It ain't. It's
Because how can you
pathetic.
hurt me and say, baby, it was just a woman. It was just sex. It ain't no big deal. But when I go out and cheat on you because you actually got real true feelings for me and you're twisted mind, that I have committed the ultimate betrayal. That doesn't make any sense to me. I just, that's why I know when women get their get back, it is on a whole different level. But you ain't shit
Damn.
for doing that to me in the first place, to even put me in that position. That's all I got to say.
So
Okay,
what
let
if
me
you
explain
That's
to you
what you
more.
get.
what
Let me explain
you
to you more real quick,
initiated the
Bamble.
cheating though?
What if I
Okay.
initiate the cheating?
Yeah, that's what
Then
hurts
I
us the
ain't
more.
cheating.
Now, like I can understand it if the guy started the cheating or
Yeah.
whatever. They shouldn't be upset if you did it. But like if you initiate the
Straight
cheating
up.
and you the one that I want for real, that is
You
that's
shouldn't have
gonna
did it.
crush my little
I
soul.
ain't
Like
shit and I'm
Yeah.
a bitch. If I decide to do that to a man that actually cares about me, that's all it is to it.
Yeah,
It doesn't
no.
care. I'm not comparing apples to oranges. Either way, you are two horrible people to even go out and want to cheat on your partner. I don't care if you're a man, woman, cat, dog, whatever. It does not matter. You wrong. You wrong.
Yep. And that's why women do it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why there's a get back and there's revenge
Yep.
because you should have known better. I'm going to make this hurt and you ain't going to ever do it again, are you? Right. So that's the thing.
They
And then
might.
it's like if you slipped up and you cheated first, even
Mm-hmm.
if you pretended to cheat, oh, you're going to have hell to pay. You're going to pay for about 20 years. Not bragging, but I'm just saying
No,
you
no,
can't mistreat someone,
that's
be
how it is.
malicious, lie to them,
Mm-hmm.
cheat on them, then disrespect them, and then have the nerve to depend on them. No, that's insanity. And so,
Yeah.
no, yeah, there's a such thing as revenge. And hey, the younger me was a savage, okay? So,
Yes.
yeah, what you
I
Oh,
do to me,
bet.
I'm going to do times 10 to you.
yes.
And
so,
so, I was alone. I was, look, going through some things. You can't put people in those positions and lie to them or tell them one thing and do another. And
Okay.
then expect that karma not gonna tap your ass.
Mm.
No, you
okay,
can't do that.
so I got one more question. Sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
this is a topic that you can talk about for hours and hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But so say you're in a relationship, the cheating happens, y'all decide to work on it. Um, do y'all think the relationship can get stronger after the cheating, or that's not possible?
Under extenuating circumstances, it's specific to that couple. Me, it would pull me so far apart because again, that's always going to be in the back of my mind personally. What's done is done, and I cannot face you every day because that's always going to be in the back of my mind. If I imagine you laying up with me one way, I'm going to be imagining you laying up with that other person the same way. So no, I can't do that. It's too psychological
Yeah,
for me, too
I
traumatizing.
guess, I guess I already knew your answers. You said you want it done, so like
Yes,
I'm
yes.
saying, like,
Okay.
do you like if you guys decide to work on
Yeah. No.
it
You
and
said,
stay
oh,
together?
that we actually decide to work on it.
Yeah, if you decide to work on it, he did the therapy and everything that you wanted. Do you think the
Yeah,
relationship can grow stronger after that?
it's possible. It's possible. I've seen it done. I have. Even though I've never personally experienced that, there are some people that come out stronger because of it, because the man, he went out and cheated, but he desired the woman that he was with so much more than the other woman he thought he desired. He thought that he was missing out on something. But once he got there and realized he was just thinking with the little head and not the big head, he came back home to his wife and explained himself, and she loved him so much that she was willing to try. Mind you, they both admit that that's constantly on their minds whenever it comes to their relationship because what's done is done, but they still love each other through it all, so they're willing to work it out. I appreciate a man that's willing to go to a therapist and try to bridge the gap and try to mend the void, but I also appreciate a couple that knows where their flaws are at and knows that that may not be able to mesh ever again. If they can work through it, more power to them. I personally cannot do it.
So
Okay.
he cheated and he told her that he cheated, or she found
Yes,
out on her own.
he told her. He told her.
Would y'all respect? Would y'all respect that more if somebody cheated and like, oh, they come back the next day, bro? Hey, baby, I cheated. Like I did
Yes,
this last night. You would respect that?
You gotta
yes,
respect that.
a lot more than lying to me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
that
respect it,
happens.
but would you give him
You don't
another
agree
chance,
with
or he's still that one and done?
That again, that's my personal experience. I guess it would depend on the man. If I felt like he was true and that, he's being sincere in his efforts to try and save this relationship, then yes, I'm going to try. I'm going to give him that chance because that's just in me. I say that I'm one and done, but usually that comes in cases where I get the vibe that you are like that 4-year situationship I was in. um you're not going to change, and especially if you halfway apologize or you make up some excuse for it. I don't have time for those type of people, but a sincere mature man that is actually going to try, yes, I will. I'll try for him.
okay. Any last tidbits on infidelity? I know tonight really wasn't about like who's right or who's wrong. Like we
Right.
know, the dynamics of cheating, right? But it was more so about understanding, the choices that people make, right, and why they're
Hmm.
making them, without excusing harmful behavior, right? So with that being said, before we go into scroll therapy, I want to check
Hmm.
the chat again, but in
Yes.
case anybody else had any questions before we hopped into scroll therapy, let me know.
Let's see.
All right, so back to Sunflower. She said, I forgive cheating, but I ain't gonna be with him any longer either. He may be a redeemed cheater, but I'll be gone by then. Straight up. Cabell said the audacity. And then she said, it takes genuine growth and dedication on both parties in the relationship. But if only one person is fighting for the relationship, then there is no point.
Well,
What's up, Andrew? You sorry to interrupt, but
That's my cousin.
Oh,
He
hey.
still trying to say I'm ducking.
Oh.
oh God, that's why all the ducking.
oh,
Dang, he ain't nothing up off your head.
At all. Um, so yeah, I think that was interesting. We may have to have a part two of
Yes,
that
absolutely. I
topic
would love a part two.
because I know there's a
yeah.
lot of questions we can dive into. But since we're
Because
Yes.
we didn't
running
even
low,
really dive into the sex. We was just talking about the infidelity most of the
Fidelity,
time.
right.
So
mhm,
yeah.
yeah. Well, is there any last pointers you had before we hop into scroll therapy?
No,
Any other questions?
we can save it for the next episode or next time, whatever.
That
Okay.
sounds like a plan.
Well, Aaliyah, take it away, love.
Alrighty, peoples. I'm gonna lead you into a little brief scroll therapy before we settle in for the night. So if you're in bed, start rubbing your feet together as you get ready to go to sleep and get ready for the juicy tidbits. I'm gonna start off with something I believe aligns with our theme tonight, and the title of it is "The Most Dangerous Affair Starts Long Before Anything Physical Happens." I'm a 28-year-old female and married. I used to think cheating started with a kiss, a date, or sleeping with someone else. Now I think it starts much earlier. It starts when a message from one person becomes the highlight of your day. When you check your phone, hoping it's them. When a simple compliment stays in your mind for hours. When you tell yourself it's harmless because nothing physical has happened. But I found myself craving the attention, the excitement, and the feeling of being seen by someone new. The scary part wasn't what I did. The scary part was realizing how much I wanted to keep feeling that way. Eventually, I cut off contact because I knew it could lead somewhere if it didn't. My husband has no idea that any of this happened. I still love him. I still choose him every day. But that experience taught me something uncontrollable. Sometimes the biggest threat to a relationship isn't another person, it's how easy it is to become addicted to a feeling. Thoughts?
Mm.
Hmm.
That's deep.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
absolutely.
It is.
Well, I gotta let that one marinate in my brain for a second. Jr., you want to answer that one real quick, or somebody?
Man.
I think it is like a when you're in a
Wow.
relationship, you have to be very honest about what you want and
Yeah.
find ways to work around it. Like if you want, say you're in a relationship and you want to experience other people, bring that up to your partner and see like how can y'all, even if your partner's not okay with you doing that, well maybe I need to go to the strip club, maybe I need to watch certain movies together, maybe y'all need to spice it up, she throw on a wig, or you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, whatever y'all can come up with. But it's about honor, it's about respect, it's about duty of being in that relationship. You cannot break those certain rules but in a relationship, because then you just have nothing. But when you
Mm,
choose to have a relationship, you choose to honor and respect those guidelines, unless y'all talk it out and find out new guidelines.
right. Yeah. I can I receive that. What about you, Tabitha?
Well,
Not the church well. That sound like a
um,
pastor.
no, I think that's how you get confused with like that immediate attraction, or you get satisfied with that immediate gratification that someone or a certain feeling may bring to you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, you do need to be transparent about, you got to be transparent with yourself, right? You need to be able to somewhat trust yourself and be honest with yourself, right, about what you want. That's the first thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then if you got a partner, then you got, what is the purpose of having a partner that you can't talk to, you can't trust, or you
Mm-hmm.
can't be honest with? We supposed to be locked in,
Right.
not torn apart. Like, so I should be able to come to you about everything. And if I can't come to you about everything, I'll be comfortable. What are we doing?
Right.
Um,
Thanks.
because life, and that's why I say people glamorize it and they don't really talk about what it really is. And so if you're gonna be in a relationship, you should understand what that means. And
Mm-hmm.
if you don't understand what that means, you should know what it means for you and define that with that other person, and allow them to speak up and define what that means for them, and let them go about their business if it don't work for you. You, like I said, there's a solution to every problem. So you can get what you want. You can have your cake and eat it too. You're just
Mm.
not gonna get these special sprinkles on top.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The special sprinkles. You can't get no sprinkle
Mm,
sprinkle.
yeah, yeah, you ate with that one now. You ate with that
I'm
one.
over people.
Like that. I'm feeling that one.
Yeah.
I'm so over it. But yeah, no, I feel like you just need to be honest. Like what you like, want what you want.
Right.
God said I can have all the things that I dream of. That's why I say dream big. Okay. And
Okay.
I've gotten everything I wanted. I'm not finna let nobody get in my way. But am
Right.
I finna, abuse somebody's body for a few minutes of wonderful emotions and love? No, I'm good. And I don't need you to pretend that you love me for those few moments. It's gonna be wonderful, but no, I don't need you to experience none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to take none of that from me. It's
Right.
not that important. But
Okay.
yeah.
I also think that she also need to realize what's happening at home,
Yes.
because obviously she's allowing herself to have these feelings for somebody else because something ain't right there.
Right.
Um,
She's
so
lacking
you
something or
gotta,
missing something.
yeah,
Hmm.
she gotta recognize what's happening down there. So yeah, that's what I say.
Okay. Yeah, no. I completely relate. I'll just
I'm
read this.
proud of her.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I'm
proud
proud
of
of
her.
her for acknowledging it. So now she needs to act on that acknowledgement and do something about it. You know, don't dangle people along, as long as that's happening. Cut it off or be straight up. Whatever it is you got to do, you got to resolve that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But there was this
Mm-hmm.
comment that had caught my eye where this person was saying, bro, this is the most accurate description of an emotional affair I've ever read. From the physical stuff is honestly just a formality at this point. The real betrayal starts at the exact second you start receiving your best conversational energy, your secrets, your excitement for someone who isn't your partner. Massive respect for having the self-awareness to cut it off before it blew up in your life, which is something I just, highlighted on. Just,
Yeah.
do what you got to do. Just don't drag it on.
Yeah, she resisted and
Mm-hmm.
she had enough self awareness to understand, hey, so I'm feeling this type of way,
Right.
but this ain't coming from this person. This person is supposed to be coming from. So what
Right.
am I gonna do about it? She
Right.
handled her business. She
Right.
stood on business. She did what she needed to do before it blew up her
Mm-hmm.
marriage. Whether he knows about it or not, he should know that he got a down ass bitch and that it's gonna take a lot for her to jump the ship. And so, that goes back to what we were saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It things can go down. You can talk about it. There are signs. There are, but ultimately it's within you. And if it's
Right.
in you to be faithful and loyal, then you Gucci. If it ain't,
Okay.
and then you ain't mature enough to emotionally express how you feel, you shouldn't be out there having sex.
Well,
If you want them back shots, then just bend the fuck over.
Yeah, you
well,
want to be cracked and
well.
whacked.
I
You
mean,
know,
yes, yes, yes,
You
yes.
shouldn't want to
Right.
get cracked and whacked by just
Well,
anybody. I mean,
well,
come on.
things do happen. Things do happen. I'm
We
just gonna
ain't crab legs. Do better.
We said this one over here. Things do happen.
things do happen sometimes. I'm just gonna be
I
honest.
pray for your uterus and your soul
Yes,
and your
please do.
pocketbook
Please,
because
thank
there
you.
is
I appreciate
no
this
way
protection. Absolutely. It's
ain't enough
very,
protection
very
and that
royal,
protection
very,
rips.
very
That
Cabana
treacherous.
protection
winner.
rips.
Cabana
People
winner.
lie. People skip their medications. I don't trust people, and you ain't. No, you are not nowhere near. No,
Mhm. I
not
agree,
just because, not for fun. You would definitely be doing some P Diddy type stuff to get a hold of something like this. And no, that's crazy.
girl.
No. And nothing like that could happen on purpose, intentionally, none of that. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't put myself in positions like that. Nobody is that important to just do that
Right.
whenever, wherever. Oh, here's a bathroom. You look good. You got mental issues if you think that that's okay. And if you think that that's normal and that's self love, you're
Mm-hmm.
twisted.
Yes.
I
I
said it.
yes. I'm glad you did. Absolutely. It needs to be said. I'm just being real. It needs to be said. I'm giggling, but I'm being honest. It needs to be said. Shoot.
Yeah, yeah.
Girl. Hey, if your feelings get hurt, I'm sorry. Your toes were stepped on, but sometimes you need to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, but moving on to the next question. My 30, I hate when people write this. My best friend's wife did something highly unethical at work, and I think I need to report her. All through it, almost certainly will get, although it will almost certainly get her fired. How do I navigate not wanting to hurt them with this violation? I am going to try to make this as straightforward as possible. Please use proper grammar. I am about to get a nosebleed. Due to my father's recent death, I came into a substantial amount of money. My best friend's wife, who I consider a friend, works for an estate planning attorney. I have a kid with an ex. My ex and my best friend's wife got close when my ex and I were together and remained close. I went to my best friend's wife about the inheritance to set up a meeting with her boss to discuss estate planning. I had a good meeting. We have set up a revocable trust for my kid with various contingencies and whatnot. I have not discussed this at all with my ex because I see it as none of her business. Well, my best friend's wife apparently told my ex about all the things I was doing with my estate. My ex called me furious. Just for context, we had split custody, but I pay child support due to making significantly more than my ex, and the inheritance has no impact whatsoever on my child support obligation. I told my ex, one, that this was none of her business, and two, she has no right to know about that. When I pressed my ex, she admitted my best friend's wife told her. I called my best friend mad myself. His wife eventually called me and apologized. She said she let a few things slip over drinks And then when my ex pressed her, she gave the details. She begged me not to tell her boss. My best friend made the same request. I love both these people and understand mistakes can happen, but I am also upset and do not know how to deal. Any advice on how to navigate would be appreciated. Thoughts?
So she don't want to tell on her friend that got her in trouble with her own husband?
Girl, make it make sense. Make it
And
make
because she disclosed this information, she could get in trouble at the job. I mean, this sounds like almost a HIPAA, but this sounds like bank account information and shit. Why? That ain't your friend. That ain't your homeboy. Him and his wife
No.
is jealous of you.
Yeah,
2, you got more money than all of them. 3, that's why they all 3 discussing it. So
right.
yeah, I'd sue all they asses, lock them all up. Um, yeah. See, and these ain't us, but I can tell. I
Real
can just
talk.
tell. The trusts and the shit and the
Yes.
I let it slip over drinks because it would have been
Oh
like,
yes,
oh, sister
this
girl
is
gave
out of
me
my
the
tax
tea.
bracket. This
I
whole
can't
talk is out of my
believe.
tax bracket. I'll just be honest.
So with that being said, that's messy, and this ought to remind you that everybody ain't for you, and you shouldn't be telling your even you think that's your best friend, but
Hmm.
you know the wives hang out. You should know girl code. If you and the homeboy
Well,
and y'all have significant others, they're going to be locked in. He might be sharing pictures of you with him. So
well.
let's just remember that.
Mm,
We know what folks be out there doing. But why are you telling folks about your money anyway? That's for the child. That ain't
okay.
nothing. We like just like Bama. He got a whole bank account for this child. No, didn't nobody know about that?
Right. No,
Ain't
you
nobody's
volunteering information
business.
for no reason.
That's for when you dead and gone for your child to have what they need. So
Right.
you messed up for one.
Yep.
Everybody is wrong.
Mm,
But you are that's self-love and self-accountability. Shut your
okay.
mouth.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Nobody needed to know that.
No.
So I blame him. But yeah, if you gonna tell it, because she ain't your friend anyway, because she shouldn't have let it slip.
Right.
Anybody tell me something, ain't
Loose
nobody
lips
gonna
ain't
know
shit.
about it. Ever.
Come on. No, that
Yeah,
was
that
just
was
stupid.
slimy. That was
Yep.
slimy. Yeah. That
Agreed.
yeah. Yeah. I think
What you
once
think,
you
Yeah,
Bama?
I definitely agree. Like, first of all, y'all should not even be discussing anything about me, like, when I'm not there.
Mm,
Like, y'all, if you're gonna be discussed, if you are friends with somebody and somebody's talking about your friend and your friend is not there, you need to be defending that friend
right.
versus adding on and communicating and commenting and stuff. That's just messy as
You
fuck.
press
Like,
record and then you defend.
Okay.
You got to have receipts, sweetheart.
Okay.
mhm, yeah,
yeah.
I don't like that. That's why I ain't got that many friends.
Nah, man, you
Yeah, because
said it
I don't
right
have
there.
time for that. I'm going to see through all that bullshit. You don't need to know about none of the accounts my kids got set up. When I'm dead and gone, they're going to be richer than I ever was. And it's
Okay.
okay. You don't need to know nothing else other than that. Just know that you ain't going to have no fundraisers when I'm gone. There ain't going to be no GoFundMe's when I'm up out of here.
Okay.
Okay? But I'm not going to sit up and discuss all these other details. Knowing you in a messy situation, that ain't got
Mm,
nothing to do with nobody but you, the courts, and God.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a
I don't
video
know.
earlier today where I was talking about how we don't teach kids how to be successful humans and how to be able to control their natural, human emotions like
Mm,
jealousy and envy and lust and love. Like it's no school for that. You just learn on the fly. And I think that's something that has to be taught in the schools at some point. So we just make it a better world and a better social life for the future, because these things can be avoided if you was taught this when you was a kid and it was ingrained in you. Like
Oh,
for
yeah.
example, like we all come from a religious background.
mm,
That is something that's ingrained in you when you're a kid, and it doesn't leave from you unless you go out and search on your own. But
Right.
when
Hmm.
you growing up into that, it's so ingrained that it's it's in you. You know what I mean? So it's like I think that's the same thing with learning how to control your emotions, control human nature. Like that has to be taught, and I think a
Yes.
lot of
Right.
times in these situations, you know, you should never do that. That's just to be against
Mm.
human code. You should never go and tell somebody else business. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
y'all know finesse two times. You seen that
Yeah.
video? He was saying, the first person that died, I bet they was in somebody motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah. He's
Stupid.
like, that's how the graveyard got started. You know what I mean? Somebody being in somebody else's business. You know what I mean?
Straight up. Like, it's too much going on. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind the business that pays you. That's my motto.
Okay.
Okay.
And she didn't get paid nothing for telling that man's business.
Done.
Well, just to cause some chaos, because that's all that was. She
For
drama
a few
queen.
minutes.
Okay.
Yep. All right. You got one more, Leah?
Yeah, sure. I'll keep this one short and lighthearted. Um, the title of it is When You Were Younger, Could You Imagine Yourself Being Old? Currently I'm in my
Mm.
20s, and whenever I think about the reality I could someday be an elderly person, my mind doesn't compute it. I see myself in the mirror and I can't fathom the idea of one day seeing gray / no hair and wrinkles. My brain thinks I'll look and feel the way I do forever. Did you? Well, considering I am still a young tenderoni, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't.
Young forever.
Yes, 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 yes. But I'm
She
still young.
say this, she
Yes.
say that, but the main one calling herself Granny.
And we'll call myself
Granny's
Granny in a few
tired.
minutes because my feet are running together as we speak. I am ready for bed. I'm just going to say, I'm getting.
Not the young tenderoni grandma. Look
Yes,
at her.
I
She
am a
conflicted.
young tenderoni granny. Yes, I will forever be. I'm gonna have my gun or still calling myself a young tenderoni. Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Not the grip.
Yes,
Look,
yes,
you know
absolutely.
that gummy now.
They love that gummy, the indentureless special. Yeah, I was seeing that, assistant. I'd be like, damn, the mouth is way bigger.
Oh
When
my
there ain't no
God,
teeth.
no, absolutely not.
No teeth.
Mm.
I mean, I had to take
Yes.
impressions of no teeth. You got to get the gums right. You want the suction. But I was like, this is men are disgusting. This is getting them old women. That's why they like them young women. They got no teeth in their mouth. Y'all is wrong enabling these women. Pay for their teeth.
No, no. I mean, shit. I'm just be quiet.
Oh, oh,
I don't want no. I don't want no old woman with no teeth. I mean, I want a seasoned woman, but like you gotta have some damn teeth now.
Gotta have the
Uh,
teeth.
just open that motherfucker up. Like,
you're angry, bitch. You don't have no teeth. You got dentures.
no, no, Cause like, if I wake up next to you and I see some teeth under the counter, hell no. I can't. I need some teeth. I need the teeth there. No,
They
Look,
removables.
no, I don't need none of that.
Okay,
Mm.
let's get back on the question. Hold on. Let's get back on the
Yeah,
question.
go ahead.
Hold on. So I would say
I mean, but the gummy
that
would be good now. But look, I need some teeth. Shit.
I would
Go
say,
ahead, JR.
as a kid, I I honestly like if I was to go back to my kid self and really think, I definitely didn't see who I am now, even just visually. Like I would never see myself the way I look now, the way that I feel, especially the way that I think. Like my mind is so expanded and so wide ranging on life and how I see it and how I see humanity and the things that I feel like we can evolve to. Like my mind goes to the deeper end now, you know, and as a kid I never seen that. But I would say this, I would say I'm very proud of what I came from because I came from, drug dealers, dope fiends, you know, eating having to eat fast food and bullshit all the time because we didn't have it, to make home cooked meals that much. Like I come from the bottom, so just to see like
Outside the
um
realest.
you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like just to see life in the way that I see it now, um, I'm just very proud that I was able to make it here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that. I do.
Yeah, I don't know if
um,
I visualized myself when I was younger. Like I know I had hopes and dreams, but I don't know if this is what I saw myself as, you know? Like, but yeah, I did see what Goldie said. When she was a kid, she couldn't wait to get older so she could grow out her gray hair and white because it's so pretty. And I always loved that too. Like I always thought,
No.
what would I look like? But
Hmm.
hey, I no, I don't think I ever had. I think it was always a blank face. I don't know, weird to say that, but yeah,
No,
I
I
don't know what.
absolutely relate. I've
Yeah.
never
yeah,
imagined myself older, especially as I am now. I never would have dreamed that because I was such a tomboy when I was little. I never would have dreamed of being feminine at all, or, just being the person that I am today. Every wrinkle and everything that I have, just the way my jaw is shaped, because I mean, this is jaw surgery. So, of course, I wouldn't imagine looking like this. But yeah, no, I still can't even imagine myself still 20, 30 years from now with gray hair. I'd have to see it for myself.
yeah. It's still weird to me right now that I'm the age that I am right now, and just thinking about my brothers and sisters. Like,
Hmm.
where did the life go? Like, where did time
Right.
go? Because
Out the window.
I still feel young. Like, and I'm
Right.
looking at my oldest brother. He 50. Like what?
Hmm.
Like I'm like, how is it? How are we this age? And yeah, it just don't make sense to me. But as far as seeing myself when I was younger, get this age, no, I always had this dream. Like my dreams be
Hmm.
coming true, and I would have this one particular dream over and over. This is before I even moved to Texas. I had this dream on my 21st birthday that I was driving from Texas to Alabama, and the bridge in Louisiana, that motherfucker opened up and my car just went in the water, and
Oh,
I didn't
geez.
make it. And I would have this dream constantly and constantly
Hmm.
throughout the years. And when I turned 21, I remembered. I was like, oh shit, I'm driving back to Alabama on my birthday at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Shit.
stopped my ass in Beaumont, Texas. And got me. I stopped in Beaumont, Texas and
So you
stayed in
ain't gonna get your
Texas.
final fantasy today.
Yeah.
Not today's
I said,
thing.
nope, it's not going to go down like that.
I
I
mean,
spent the
final
night
destination.
there. Look, I said I'm gonna wait until I'm 21 in a day to go to Alabama. That's it.
Same.
But yeah, like because I had these dreams that come true, I was always thinking like, dang, I'm not gonna get past 21 because I literally had the same dream from a kid all the way up until I was 21, and I still have the dream now, but
Yeah,
like I'm past 21, so I don't know what that dream means.
it has
That's
some sort of
crazy.
meaning because you keep having it. I guarantee you, it's gonna come to fruition, but not the way that you're dreaming it. Just because it's so symbolic, there's a reason for that dream.
Yeah, I
It
would look
hasn't
it
happened.
up. Yeah.
Right?
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
signs, the numbers, all of that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
gotta check all that.
Hmm.
But well, with that being said, I think that's episode 6. But I have
Yeah.
to remind you guys, make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, and share.
Click the button.
JR, you wanna drop your socials?
JR underscore real 100. Come vibe with me. Come check out the content.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff coming. Just, working my way up, you know, slowly but surely trying to together a package of content to really give to the people. But yeah, come rock with me.
Okay.
And shout out to the chat. Aaliyah, you want
Yeah.
to drop your socials?
Alrighty. My name is Aaliyah. On all of my socials, it is Aaliyah Lane. The only special one is Instagram. It is Aaliyah.Elaine. Be sure to follow everything. I don't do much. I just crochet, post an occasional video with my pretty face. And I'm again, I always reiterate, I'm trying to get better. But your girl currently works 6 days a week, so yeah, I ain't doing much shit, but just trying to survive the day.
Felt that. Felt that. Hey, Jelly Beans and Goldie. Hey, I got some gray hairs too, but that's all right.
Okay.
And yes, episode 6 already. Shout out to Cavell, Sunflower, Jelly Beans. I appreciate y'all, and to
Yes,
the
thank
to the
y'all
to
so
the little
much.
ducky cousin in the chat. Bama, you want to drop your socials?
The Real Bama 24. Yeah, that's all I got. TikTok.
Hmm.
That's all I do. I'm simple. I'm not a social media person like that. But yeah, the Real Bama 24. I do want to say happy 4th of July to everybody. If y'all celebrate, that is this weekend.
Okay.
We're coming up on the July month. Tad's birthday coming up. So yeah. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Hey.
It is cancer season. It's the end of June, end of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all the fathers. Happy Juneteenth. Happy 4th of
Yeah.
July. Happy birthday to all them cancers out there.
Okay. Cancer season. Hey.
Okay, don't let up on them. Don't ever take it easy. No, I'm just playing. But it's your girl Tabitha, aka Tabby Tickler. You can find me on Facebook, TikTok. TikTok is at Tabitha Lynette 69, hence the 69, because I'm a Cancer.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I thought it was
anyway,
because of that topic of today.
Oh, Jesus.
um,
Have mercy.
mind your business. Mind your business. I'm sure Larry will tell you all about that, won't he? So yeah, I hide behind that one. So yeah. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you, JR. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Bama. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We'll see y'all back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for episode 7. And you
Okay.
know what? I feel like that's an angel number day because it's July 7th
Mm-hmm.
and it's our 7th episode. So
Okay.
I don't know how y'all feel about, angel numbers or whatever, but y'all don't forget, stay lit, dream big. But appreciate y'all for supporting Mosaic Union.
Yes.
That's all I got to say. Y'all follow me and help me get to 10K. I'm trying to get there, pay these bills, and go on vacation. But
Okay.
yeah,
Hey.
thank y'all so much. I
Streaming.
appreciate y'all.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Deuces.
It's Bama Tabby Tickler, Aaliyah and JR the rapper. It's Bama Tabby, it's Bama Tabby Tickler, Aaliyah and JR the rapper. Mic on the table, no polish. Truth in the room, we call it. Different lanes, one circle. Same old scars, we talking. From rent days to the break room. From new dreams to the pain too. We laugh hard and we break down, still we show up. That's the name now. Say what you mean what you say. Keep it bare, don't fade away. If it's real, let it sting. If it's joy, let it sing. Mosaic Union Podcast. Say it plain, say it loud. Mosaic Union Podcast. Real talk, we hold the crowd. Every voice got a reason. Every bruise got a sound. Mosaic Union Podcast. Come as you are. Right now, one week is love, next week is lost. Next week we're asking what it all costs. Black tea, cold notes, late night calls, big laughs. Then the quiet falls. We tap into faith and flaws, broken homes and second chances. Work boots, art and hard-earned wins. No mask here, just bare hands. Say what you mean what you say. Keep it bare, don't fade away. If it's real, let it sting. If it's joy, let it sing. Mosaic Union Podcast. Say it plain, say it loud. Mosaic Union Podcast. Real talk, we just on his breath. We name the fear, we name the rest. If you've been bent, if you've been won, sit in the storm, you won't be alone. Mosaic Union Podcast. Say it plain, say it loud. Mosaic Union Podcast. Real talk, we hold the crowd. Every voice got a reason, every boo's got a sound. Mosaic Union Podcast. Come as you are right now. Mosaic Union Podcast. We turn pain into gold. Mosaic Union Podcast. Bro, authentic, bold.